I mean, I can't believe this. How do you fold over like that for a second straight game? What is it about Wisconsin? And why do they beat Chicago? And I mean literally every single important game ever. Oh my God. It is abhorrent. Chicago has an allergic reaction to the state of Wisconsin for some godforsaken reason. It is infuriating. They can never beat them in a game that matters. And it's unreal. The state of Wisconsin has become Chicago's Achilles heel. We can deny it no longer. Forget St. Louis. Forget Detroit. It is Wisconsin. Detroit, pfft. St. Louis, pfft. Wisconsin is the bane of Chicago sports right now, especially over the last 15 years. And this series perfectly encapsulates that. Oh my God! I have not been this viscerally frustrated at a loss in a long time. It's been a long time since I've just been straight up pissed at a loss. Because a lot of these Bears losses and these Blackhawk losses, like, the teams haven't been that good, and you come to expect them to lose in many different ways. Same thing goes with the Cubs as well, honestly, at this point. But when you get to the playoffs, it's a different beast. And while you can argue they squeaked by San Diego in the wild card round, they beat them, and they just are having another hangover. They popped champagne bottles after clinching the playoffs, which all teams do. I'm not going to say that they shouldn't do it because it's, why are we celebrating playoff berths, these meaningless things? No, every team does it. It doesn't matter how good or bad you make the playoffs, you're going to pop some champagne bottles. It's normal. And I saw them do the same thing for the wild card round. I wasn't paying attention too much, but I think that that's pretty commonplace too. But the problem is, each time the Cubs have done that this season, they have looked like garbage coming out of it. They clinch the playoffs at Pittsburgh, and they lose their next 5 games while looking very bad in all 5 of them. They pop champagne bottles after a wild card series win, and they get completely embarrassed in 2 games in a row. They have outplayed the Brewers for 1 whole inning in this series. And I say 1 whole inning because top of the first in game 1 and top of the first in game 2. That's it. That is it. The second that Cubs pitchers have taken the mound in each of these 2 games, it has been finished. They have been rattled, shaken, embarrassed. It is ridiculous how good this Brewers lineup is, and they are punishing. It's not like they're escaping out of innings in bad situations. No, the Brewers are punishing them. In game 1, it was just bases loaded situations. Let's keep bringing in the hits, and let's keep bringing in the runs. 9 runs before the end of the second inning. And then here in game 2, Shota Minaga has a good start. 2 good strikeouts. He's painting the corners pretty well. Let's William Contreras get a hit. Then let's Christian Yelich get on. Brings up Andrew Vaughn, who for some reason, because the second he left the White Sox, he's now all of a sudden an all-star, goes out there and cranks a 3-run home run, a moonshot too. It wasn't just like a line drive. That thing had massive arc to it. And it's a no-doubter. And the longer that you look at it, and it's tied, and it was over. It was over. Seiya Suzuki gave the Cubs the exact lifeline and the exact start that they needed in this game. They went up 3-0, and they did not get out of the first inning with a lead. I can't believe it. For the second straight game, they get a home run in the first inning and do not leave the first inning with the lead. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, this team is so frustrating. After I've been praising the pitching a little bit this season. You know, the bullpen has not looked nearly as bad as it has in years past. It's looked better. Garbage in this series. Starting pitching, bad. Very bad. Pitching has been awful in this series, and they have not given our position players any help. Oh my gosh. It is ridiculous. And I'm watching this game in the the top of the 8th, and Seiya just flew out again. God, they just cannot avoid the outfielders. It's unbelievable. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Craig Counsell's getting embarrassed by the team that he left, and a team that he has been loyal to his entire life. He's now getting embarrassed by them. Chicago is now Milwaukee's you-know-what. Oh my God. Man, this is bad. This is very, very bad. You know which team wanted it more? The Milwaukee Brewers. You know which team had played with more heart, more passion, more everything? The Milwaukee Brewers. You know which team values this inner city rivalry more? Wisconsin. It's proven across the board. Bears, Packers, Cubs, Brewers, Bulls, Bucks. You know who cares about those games more? Bucks, Brewers, Packers. You know who cares about those moments more? Wisconsin. It is unbelievable how a big market like Chicago consistently gets punked by Wisconsin in big moments. Like, I'm talking about destruction. Like, this is ridiculous. I did not expect this team to fall apart here in the NLDS like they have. Oh my gosh. And look, this is what it is. This is a very young team that doesn't have a ton of experience in the playoffs, is getting beat and crushed by a team that wants it more, a team that's better, a team that is hungrier, a team that cares more and has a lot more playoff experience than this Cubs team. And I say that mainly because the Brewers have been to the playoffs recently. They've seen what the playoffs hold. I know they've lost the wild card round the last 2 years, but like, this is the year that they're supposed to break out. When it comes to the playoffs, like, this is the year where they're supposed to play like a complete team in the playoffs and like show some sign of progression there. And they absolutely are. They are absolutely destroying this team. And it's funny because this series has been really bad when it comes to being the disparity between the two teams. This has been destruction by the Milwaukee Brewers. But at least it's not Blue Jays Yankees. That's literally all I can say for the Cubs in a positive light. At least we're not the Yankees getting punked even worse by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2 games on the road. I mean, they look awful. But, I mean, the Cubs are a close second. Like, the runs aren't showing. It's not like the runs are, you know, Brewers aren't just completely blowing up the scoreboard. But, like, it feels like similar. And these games haven't been close. It's like the Brewers have taken charge early in games and the Cubs have quit. Because in that first game for the Yankees and Blue Jays, it was 2-1 until the 6th. You know, it was close, and then the Blue Jays pulled away. Game 2 wasn't necessarily the same way. That was 12-0. That, you know, you can't get much worse than that. But yeah, no, this is the same feel. Division rivalry. 2 teams that really don't like each other. This is their first ever playoff meeting. And again, who wants it more? Milwaukee. Who cares about this series more? Milwaukee. Who cares about winning the championship more? Milwaukee. Anything good you can say about Milwaukee and, you know, in comparison to the Cubs, they've got it. Better pitching, better hitting, better fielding, better managing so far this series. Absolutely everything. They started Ashby knowing that they're up 1-0, and if they lose this game, oh well, we have Quinn Priester and Jacob Misarowski that we can just throw out there for games 3 and 4. And, you know, we're not even going to get to that point because guess what? The Brewers tie this thing up in the bottom of the first. They take the lead 4-3. All while Jacob Mizorowski ends up coming in relief anyways in the third to just shove. Average pitch, 101 miles per hour. Are you serious? That was not even fair. That was insane. Jacob Mizorowski just dog-walked that Cubs lineup. And that's not a terrible lineup for the Cubs either. That's a good quality lineup this year. 3 guys with 30 homers. But he made them look silly. That was destruction. And that's where the game ended. Mizorowski shut the door. Didn't allow the Cubs to do jack with it. And then it's William Contreras and Jackson Chourio to punch the lights out and just deliver another knockout punch to the city of Chicago from the state of Wisconsin. Like, I mean, seriously. We're doing this again. Chicago gets completely embarrassed by the state of Wisconsin in a sporting event. This has happened how many times in the last 15 years? Too many to count. Chicago has just been destroyed and walked all over for the last 20, 30 years by Wisconsin sports teams. Look, I knew that after Game 1, I wasn't going to panic because, okay, if they had won Game 2 in a hard-fought game and they ended up winning or whatever, right? Like, regardless, the series is tied 1-1. Even though maybe it wasn't a clean performance Game 1 and you're wanting, to forget about it. Hey, you got 2 games at Wrigley Field that you can go out and win. This is different. The fact that they got beat pretty comfortably in both games on the road in Milwaukee shows that the Brewers are hungry. They want it. They want to stick it to the manager that left their team for a division rival. And not just any division rival, the team down south that is one of their biggest rivals, the Chicago Cubs. And they're sticking it to them in this series. And they deserve to do all the gloating that they can right now because they are absolutely embarrassing Craig Counsell's squad. Look, I've always thought that the Brewers' strong point was their pitching. Doesn't matter who it is, where they come from. This team cycles through pitchers so fast. Does not matter. Whoever's pitching is just a dog. They've got a good starting rotation. They got good bullpen players. Like, I mean, I'm serious. I genuinely think that pitching staff might be the best in the league. Or, like, the coaches. Sorry, the coaching staff for the Brewers pitchers. There it is the best in the league. Does not matter how bad a pitcher has been before they get to Milwaukee. They'll play for the Brewers. They'll magically become a great pitcher or a solid pitcher at worst. It's unbelievable. Doesn't matter who it is. Their pitchers are so good, and they're impossible to play against on a regular basis. They're so good. How do they keep finding guys and developing guys? For the sake of, let's just get this over with, just beat us in Game 3. Like, all I want for the Cubs to do is just not let this end up be like the typical Bears-Packers game where the Packers are the better team. They let the Bears hang around for a little longer than they should, and all of a sudden it's a close game late. Bears fans in Chicago gets hope that they might actually beat them this time, only for them to pull the rug under them at the last second. The equivalent to that in here would be let the Cubs win Game 3 and 4, force Game 5 in Milwaukee, and then make it close or whatever, and then just still beat them anyways. And it's just go out there and crush us in Game 3, and just let's get this over with so we can move on. And I can go back to getting all upset about the Bears now again. Like, I don't know, man. It's just... That was just embarrassing. You had a day off to, like, think about it, too. This wasn't okay, we got to go out there and play the next day. This was you had an off day to try and plan for this, and you still looked like trash. And they're going to get another off day here tomorrow as they make the short trip down to Chicago. Is it going to look the same in Game 3? No, I guarantee you they're going to win Game 3. and then they're going to win Game 4, and then they're going to go out there in Game 5 and either get completely destroyed or have a lead and going into like the 6th and give up like a 2-run homer to Andrew Vaughn or some garbage like that, or Bryce Terang. I don't even know if I've seen him. I can't even remember. I don't know. They'll let up a 2-run homer to someone, Contreras, Chourio, Yelich, someone important, and all of a sudden that's it. Like, I don't know. That's what's gonna happen. I don't know, man. I'm frustrated. I'm mad. I'm pissed. But I am sitting here waving the white flag. I surrender. I'm calling it. It's over. The way that they played in these first 2 games, it's over. There's no shot. To any Wisconsin sports fans that are out there and enjoying the suffering, you're welcome. And I give up. I concede. I'm done making excuses. Wisconsin is the better sports town. It has been for the last 30, 40 years probably. And I might be exaggerating that a little bit, but I might also not be exaggerating that at all. Wisconsin's better than Chicago at sports. It's been like that for a long time. There's a reason why all 3 Wisconsin sports teams have the lead in the head-to-head against Chicago sports. There's a reason why that'll continue to grow, and it won't end in the foreseeable future. I concede. I give up. I have no excuses. Like, what do you want me to do here? I can't. There is no excuse. What, do you want me to just complain about the refs? Oh yeah, the refs made a big difference in this game. Yeah, I got no ground to talk. I can't do anything but sit here and just say they lost. The Wisconsin team was the better team, because that is unequivocally true. And here's my message to any Chicago sports fan right now. I would advise you just shut up. Please, just shut up. Stop. Walk away from the keyboard. Go outside. Embrace the sun. You cannot talk. You have no room to talk. And this rivalry, this city rivalry, you have no room to talk. Shut up until Chicago beats Wisconsin at a big moment. Shut up. It's that plain and simple. You have no room to talk. Why talk all this trash? They just end up losing every time. Don't talk the trash if you cannot handle the trash being talked back at you. Anyways, that's it. I know I gotta stop at some point, and I think that I'm kind of spiraling a little bit and just starting to circle around some points, so I gotta kind of stop and take my mind off of this. So, yeah. That's it. If you liked it, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more pain and suffering from me, especially at the hands of Wisconsin sport teams. And I will see you at the end of Wednesday's game, which will probably most likely be another loss. And, yeah. I don't know. The Cubs suck. They have not shown up in this series. And they're going to lose Game 3. Time to get swept against the Brewers in their first ever postseason meeting. I'll see y'all then.